What is the angle of attack? The angle of attack is defined as the angle between the chord line of the airfoil and the direction of the relative wind. But, what is the chord line and relative wind? The chord line is an imaginary straight line drawn through an airfoil from the leading edge to the trailing edge. The relative wind is the direction of the airflow produced by an object moving through the air. Can you change the angle of attack during the flight? Yes, the angle of attack changes during a flight as the pilot changes the direction of the aircraft, and is related to the amount of lift being produced. Anytime the control yoke or stick is moved fore or aft, the angle of attack is changed. The critical angle of attack is the angle of attack at which a wing stalls regardless of airspeed, flight attitude, or weight. What is the relationship between speed, lift and angle of attack? When a change in speed is evident during the cruise, the aircraft could not continue to travel in level flight at a constant altitude and maintain the same angle of attack, because increasing the speed increases the lift and the aircraft would climb. And then, what is the angle of incidence? The angle of incidence is the angle formed between the chord line of an airfoil and the longitudinal axis of the aircraft on which it is mounted. The angle of incidence cannot be changed. But, what is the longitudinal axis? The longitudinal axis is an imaginary line through an aircraft from nose to tail, passing through its center of gravity. In conclusion, we can say that the angle of attack is the angle that is formed by the chord of the airfoil and the direction of the relative wind, and the angle of incidence is the angle formed between the chord line and the longitudinal axis.